Hello, 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 guys. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that I had hit the button to go live. Somehow, I guess I had the phone in my hand and I hit the button to go live, not realizing that I was live. So I was singing in the background, I was answering phone calls. So I just shut it off and started again because I had no idea how long it had been on. I don't know what I said. I didn't say anything out of the way, but I just didn't know. I didn't want people just coming on and hearing me ramble about nothing. So I restarted. So I just, not too long ago, came home. Oh, it's already got kind of warm. From having been to, unfortunately, a friend of ours, a friend of the church, visitation services. We lost a gentleman from that used to sing in the worship team with us, and his name is Chip. And so my regard to the family, if they should ever come and watch this, my condolences once again. He sang on the worship team with us, and he was such a comedian, and he always had something to say. Mr. Chipper always had something to say. We could not get through a song or practice without him having to comment about something or come and whisper something in your ear. And that's what made it fun. It made it exciting. It made it really, really light, in the setting. Not that it wasn't, but it just made it fun and experience that we could enjoy each other in the company and just, know that we're there to serve the Lord and we can sing and just, be ourselves and with each other, with each other and just have fun while we were practicing or even when we were actually singing. Only thing is, sometimes he would be talking to us on on the top up on the platform while the pastor might have been saying something and we're supposed to be listening and being in the worship mode. So that was the only thing that I'm like, shit, we gotta listen to what pastor's saying. So that was the funny part about it, and the part that I absolutely loved and adored about him, because he was just loved life, just free spirit. He was just, having fun. And so, and I always appreciated that he always asked me about my daughters. I always commented about them on Facebook. I always had something kind to say to them whenever he would see them. So that's what's happening in our lives right now. And then tomorrow is his funeral. So I'll be leaving work early to go see him for the last time and pay my respects and say my goodbyes to him again. So, but tonight, I had an experience that I have never known. Now, I am from the tropics, right? Panama, the country of Panama, which is an isthmus, for a little bit of geography lesson. But I never knew that tamarind has such a potent and just powerful sting, if used in certain ways. And so I was very much enlightened to that tonight. And I will tell you exactly all that went on, and I'm going to tell you some history or some information about it as well. So one of the ladies at school, one of our custodians, bless her heart, she gifted me with this bag of candy. This bag has a lot of Mexican candies in it. One of which, it wasn't inside the bag, but she actually handed it to me, and it was in a cup. The cup was almost like the size of this water bottle, the height of it, right? And this is 8 ounce? Yeah, 8 ounce bottle of water, and it might have been just a little bit less content in it. But when I saw it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat this right away. Thank you. And so it's tamarind. I'm used to eating tamarind. I always ate tamarind growing up. And even now, I still eat some tamarind candies that I come across. And I've never thought twice about it. There's even a candy called pulparindo that I like. It's a little yellow package. They sell it at Walmart, H-E-B, in the gas stations. And I would just eat one of those and I'd be set, But hey, Mighty Lou, girl, I can always count on you. Thank you for coming on. So I started to eat just half. And sometimes when you get something that you really like or that, just tastes good to you, you keep eating it and eating it and eating it. And that's what I did tonight. I need to put something on my lips. Hold on. And I just kept eating it. And I kept telling myself, I'm going to stop right here. I'm not going to eat anymore. Well, I kept eating it. I got to put a little something on my lips because I feel like I was dry. And lo and behold, I never go all the way to the edges, so then I have to smear it. Lo and behold, I ended up eating the whole cup of tamarind. It had the pits in it and everything. For those of you that don't know what tamarind is let me tell you. Matter of fact, like I said, I mentioned that it was in a little cup, right? It came with a spoon. It was sealed, and on top of the lid had a little spoon that was turned upside down, and it was sealed with the spoon intact. So I broke the seal, opened up the container, and went to town. Well, here's another version of the tamarind that they do. It's in an actual little ice cream cone, and it has a tamarind candy inside. So I can eat it like a little ice cream. Well, there's a lot of candies that I ate when I was growing up as a kid that was tamarind. And then one of those in particular, they roll up in a ball with a little sprinkle of sugar on the edges. Anyway, back to telling you what tamarind is before I continue. And I'll tell you what happened. So please share this because this information is very, very vital, very, very good. Like I said, I was shocked and I was completely floored. And this stuff tore me up. So I'm going to tell you all about this and how you can use it, how I found out what's the word I'm trying to say? How it worked in me, because I realized it's something that I could do rather than paying money. So I'll tell you what that is, and you can save yourself some money too. So if you haven't shared this video, you haven't tagged anybody, please do. And whether it be now or after we're done, it'd be nice if they are here now because they can interact with us as well. So, please do that. So what is tamarind? Tamarind is a type of tropical fruit. Now I have a 2-pager here that I'm going to share with you. And I feel that every single bit of information that's on this page is crucial and important to know. Like I said, I am still just in shock about this particular item. Anyway. It's used in many dishes around the world, and may even have medicinal properties. Not may, it does, and I'll tell you. This article tells you everything you need to know about tamarind. So this page that I have here, I will be sharing with you, like I said, in parts, and I'll try not to overwhelm you with a lot of this information because some of it is not necessarily for me to say it. But I'll surely share the information at the end if you like it. So tamarind is a hardwood tree known scientifically as Tamarindus indica. Why? Because it's native to Africa and India. It grows in India, Pakistan, and many other tropical regions. Like I said, I'm from the tropics, and it grows in Panama as well. And that's where I grew up eating it. I mean, straight out the tree, you pull it out the tree, you crack that shell, and you just eat it, right? That's how I grew up eating it, and then as well as in the candy form. So the tree produces bean-like pods filled with seeds surrounded by a fibrous pulp. If you think about a prune has like that jelly-like consistency, especially when you bite into it. For those of you that eat it and like it, I love me some prunes. So when I think about the tamarind, I think about like a prune, but it's maybe a little bit more gummy, I guess you can say. Excuse me. So, remember what it said. It says the tree produces bean-like pods filled with seeds surrounded by a fibrous pulp. The pulp of the young fruit is green and sour. As it ripens, the juicy pulp becomes paste-like and more sweet and sour. Interestingly, tamarind is sometimes referred to as the date of India. Remember, it grows in India as well. So, how is it used? Tamarind has been known to be used in cooking and other household and health purposes. In cooking, it's been used in South and Southeast Asia, Mexico, and Middle East, and the Caribbean, which Panama is kind of in that region, kind of going close to that region of the Caribbean. The seeds and leaves are also edible. I never knew that you could eat the seeds or the leaves. How do you go about eating the seed? I don't know. But anyway. Oh, yeah, because sometimes the seeds are flat and soft. and mostly the other ones are hard. When you eat through it, it's hard. The hard shell. Matter of fact, we used to use those shells to play as the bingo markers when I was growing up. Oh my gosh, I need some water. But anyway, going on. Medicinal uses. Oh, a matter of fact, in cooking uses, it's also been used for marinades and sauces, drinks, and desserts. And it's an ingredient in I can't ever say that word. Worcestershire sauce. It's an ingredient in Worcestershire sauce, which I never knew. And I want to say that's maybe because it says some Mexico also uses it. So I think they have a dish called mole, and I think they use that in mole, but I'm not for certain. Don't quote me because I don't know how to cook that. I just think I heard somebody say that before. And now let's go on to the medicinal uses. Tamarind has played an important role in traditional medicine. In beverages, it's commonly used to treat diarrhea, constipation, fever, and peptic ulcers. The bark and the leaves were also used to promote wound healing. So now some people are still researching it for other potential medicinal uses. So it has the polyphenols in tamarind have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. They can protect against diseases such as heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. I was just speaking to a friend tonight who was recently diagnosed with diabetes. And she said that she woke up a little woozy the other day, and she wasn't quite with it. So I was telling her, she asked me to pray for her. And I told her, you know what? I just got to reading something, and if I can find something that is natural and healthy for someone to use and is going to help with their health benefits, then by all means, we need to share this with other people. So it can help against heart disease, cancers, and diseases, because we know that cancer is running rampant around here in the world. That would be great for people to start using it, and hopefully the scientists, medical researchers can find a good use for it. Okay, so it also says that the seed extract may also help lower blood sugars, while the pulp extract may help lose body weight and reverse fatty liver disease. So you see that it has a lot of great benefits. And if you recall, I said something, grab this so I can highlight it so I don't forget to come back to it. I said something earlier that it's used for, and is what happened to me today. Like I said, I'll talk more about that here in a sec. But continuing on, it is very high. It is very high in nutrients. Nutrients like magnesium, which is interesting because I thought we could not have too much magnesium in our system. Like there's a lot of fish. Is it fish? Is it magnesium that's in fish? What is it? Something with an M? Mercury. Never mind. I'm thinking mercury, but this is magnesium. So magnesium, it has potassium, iron, calcium, phosphorus, vitamin 1, vitamin 2, B1, B2, B3. Excuse me. And all of those things, thiamine, riboflavin, which is B2, and niacin, a lot of those are used with hair and nails. So imagine that. Trace amounts of vitamin C, vitamin K, vitamin B6, folate, vitamin B5, copper, and selenium are some of the other ones that has traces of these other vitamins. And it contains sugars and fats and proteins. And it does have a high calorie count, though. It says it has 200. Well, I don't know if you say high. I guess it's high for fruit. I guess it also depends on the actual serving size, which they don't say here. But it says it has 287 total calories. I don't even know if that's in one pod or how. It doesn't specify. But just be sure you do your research before you do eat too much of it. So it says, oh, wait, I'm sorry. It does say it. I guess I must have missed that when I was reading this. It said in a single cup of tamarind contains 69 grams. So it has 6 grams of fiber, 3 grams of protein, 1 gram of fat. So in a single cup, and I had about a cup today, it contains 69 grams of carbs in the form of sugar, which is equivalent to 17.5 teaspoons of sugar, which I don't see how that's possible to help diabetes. But anyway, despite its sugar content, tamarind pulp is considered a fruit, not an added sugar. And it's also linked to metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes, which is another thing that I'm still kind of like, how does it help diabetes? And you tell me that it's linked to that in that sense. So that's what I need to probably do more research about, because are they saying it's linked to it because it helps it, or it combats it, or it further pushes it that way? I don't know. But I just wanted to give you that information. So you do your own research if you need to. But I'm giving you this right off the bat. So now, the other thing that I found says different forms of tamarind. And we're getting to a close. We're coming close, so just hang with me. Tamarind is available in prepared forms such as candy and sweetened syrup. Talked about that. You can also find it in the raw pods, like I was saying, press block or concentrate. It says as a concentrate, the pulp has been boiled down. It has to be boiled down. And its preservatives may also be added to be used later on. So the bottom line for that is that the pure tamarind comes in 3 main forms and is available as candy and syrup as well. So here's some more information, some more health benefit information. It says its antioxidants within the tamarind may boost heart health. And we know we all want that. That's what we go out and exercise and walk to keep our heart healthy. So now we have a natural fruit that also can give that to us. This fruit may boost heart health in several ways. Let me tell you how. It says it contains those polyphenols. Remember I mentioned that before. The polyphenols like flavonoids, some of which can help regulate cholesterol levels. So, cholesterol is something that you can regulate the cholesterol. It helps your heart be healthier. Excuse me. It says one study in hamsters they tested on hamsters with high cholesterol, found that tamarind fruit extract lowered total cholesterol, or the bad LDL levels. And so as an antioxidant in this fruit, it can help reduce oxidative damage to LDL cholesterol, which is a key to heart disease, key driver of heart disease. So that's going to help with that. I like that idea. So then it has beneficial magnesium, high in beneficial magnesium. What else? And that magnesium plays a big role in over 600 body functions, like helping to lower your blood pressure. It's the anti-inflammatory and anti-diabetic effects that it has. This says, but however, 48% of people in the U.S. do not get enough magnesium. That's the side note. So they're telling you need more magnesium in your body. But the magnesium in this particular fruit has over 600 benefits in your body. It also has antifungal, antiviral, antiviral, and antibacterial, so I guess I did say that, effects. Contains a neutral compound that have antimicrobial effects. This fruit is like the superpower of fruits or something, all these things I'm reading is amazing. Okay, but I will tell you this one caution about tamarind candy. It said it may have unsafe levels of lead in it. Again, pregnant women, children, you got to be careful giving these to pregnant women and children. And I'm sure it has to be in some type of moderation, because as a child, I ate it lots growing up. It wasn't something I ate every day, but I could probably eat it every day. And I remember even giving it to my kids. And they're fine, I'm fine. So I don't believe we have any lead poisoning or whatever dangers as of right now. But the Center for Disease Control cited that tamarind candy as a cause of lead poisoning in several cases in 1999. It is still considered a potential source of lead exposure for children. Although it has fewer calories and less sugar than many other types of candy, it is still candy, making it the least healthy form of tamarind. So in the candy form is not the best. Now remember what I said I had? I had eaten a cup of the actual pulp of the tamarind with the seed and everything rolled up in there, and that's how I was eating it. Matter of fact, and when you open up the tamarind and you start to peel it out and eat it, it actually has like some stringy hairs, fibers that are in there. So of course I don't eat that. I took that out of my mouth. As I felt it, I discarded it. So, and And of course, there's many ways you can eat it. Like I said before, people use it in cooking. People use it for some health benefits, and drinks, and they make beverages with them as well. I love, 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 love my tamarind drinks. You know, if you ever had a tamarind, you've never had a tamarind drink. Sometimes they make it into where it's grated, and they have it in this big old chunk, and then you just grate it out, and you make your drink with it. So, and even raspado, we call it in Panama, raspas here in the U.S. And we put that into the ice to have a nice little snow cone. Well, guys, this is what I had today. Like I said, it was a cup. It was almost. If I had to say, maybe it was about 6 ounces worth. Almost the size of this water bottle. This is an 8-ounce water bottle, but it's almost about 6 ounces worth. So maybe about the size of this container here. This my my blender full sponge that I used to apply my makeup. It's about maybe this size right here. If I had to say that I ate how much I ate, it was more like this size. I was completely floored. I was tore up. When I tell you I was tore up. I love tamarind. Never have I ever, have you ever heard that game? Never have I ever eaten a whole cup of tamarind in one sitting. I sat at my desk at work before I left, and I sat there and I ate this tamarind. A little while after I ate it, my stomach started bubbling. And you know what I mean when I say my stomach started bubbling. And it was almost instantaneous that I ate it, maybe halfway through it, or maybe by the time I got all the way through it. Because I said, I sat there eating it, just straight through. And as I sat there eating it, and as I was done, once I was done, like I said, my stomach started bubbling. And you know what comes with bubbles, right? So that started happening. And I'm thinking, what the world? So, but I immediately knew it had to be that, because I hadn't really had anything else since, lunch. Well, after school, or maybe during specials, when the kids went to specials about 2:15, I had a package of Cheez-It crackers, like a small little, package of Cheez-It crackers. I know it wasn't that because I eat that all the time, and it doesn't do that to me. So I knew it was a tamarind immediately. And so my stomach is just bubbling and I'm going crazy, like, my gosh. So, of course, that produces gas. And I'm just constantly, in gaseous mode. And then I had to go to the visitation. So I had to literally make sure that whatever was in me was out. So by the time I went inside, I'm sitting praying and hoping that I don't get that urge, right? At the bad moment and have to run out of there or something. But I'm literally just feeling this constant discomfort in my belly. So by the time I got through giving my respects and saying hello and bye to the family and other friends that were there from the church that knew our friendship, I left to go home. I'm driving home. And it maintained, praise God, it maintained while I was in the facility. Once I left, there we go again. So I come home. I literally go to my computer to print out the information, because I said when I got to the place, that's when I actually pulled it up, because I'm like, I need to figure out what's in this thing. What is it about it that's causing me to have this effect? Well, remember I read to you, and I said I was going to highlight it, and I did highlight it. It says, plain and simple, plain as day, it was commonly used to treat diarrhea, constipation, fever, and peptic ulcers. I don't know how it's treating diarrhea, but I can see how it helps in constipation. And like I said, it had the consistency almost just like a prune, but it acted exactly like a prune, if you have too many, if you know what I mean. You know how sometimes you give babies prune juice so they can help them go? Well, you imagine drinking prune juice. That's how it felt. And you think that people go through all these other, and I'm sure it has probably some of these things in it. The ingredients that are in the actual substances that are actually in the tamarind is probably in those other products that we buy. I remember, buying from a company that I buy from, cleansers. I do cleanse. I do cleanses on my body. I haven't done one in a while. Maybe it's probably going on about a year since the last time. Or was it the summer? It might, no, it was the summer because I remember doing a live about it. So, 8 months now. So 8 months ago, I did a cleanse. I haven't had a cleanse since then. Guys, you can consider this experience that I had today a cleanse. So I'm thinking, with all the medicinal properties that it has, all these health benefits that it has, I just need to eat one of those cups again. Next time I need to have a cleanse. Next time you need to have a cleanse, you might want to consider buying one of these. And it's pretty much on the healthy side because it cleaned me out. By the time I came home, printed this out. No, take that back. Before I could even print this out, I was in the bathroom. I don't mean to gross you out. I'm not trying to gross you out. I'm giving you factual information from experience. From experience. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I endured that for what? I was there at about 6:15 at the visitation. Came home, left there probably closer to 6:45, 7 o'clock-ish or so. And it's a little bit over 8 something. So within an hour of me eating this thing, okay, let's say 2 hours because I had eaten it before I left, right? And I was still at work when it was bubbling in me. So let's say 2 hours. 2 hours, this thing worked. Of course, the other ones that I had done before, and remember this is high in fiber. So it already has the fibers in it. But remember the cleanses that I do? The cleanses that I do, you have to take fiber. And it has a powder form of fiber that I take the fiber, take the probiotics. I take all these things. Hey, Ange, how are you? I don't know who else is watching, but I really hope that you guys were able to share this out because this information is phenomenal, if I must say so. And the fact that I experienced this today puts the icing and the cherry on the cake. And Angela, I know you probably need to stay away from this, girlfriend. Oh my God, remember what we talked about earlier? Well, this is what I'm sharing about today. What I told you that I was going through earlier at the visitation is because of what I posted today as the title, tamarind. Girl, and anybody coming in later, and well, they would have seen the beginning, but if you're coming in at this point watching this, you got to watch the replay and catch everything that I shared. This was amazing to me. Even though it tore me up, I was like, is this all I have to do to feel cleansed? I might just have to buy me a few of those and keep it around the house. So, because now, after I did what I had to do, I don't feel that anymore. I really feel I feel good. I don't feel that bubbling anymore. All I can do is tell you to check it out. But guys, I thank you for coming on. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you listening. But I definitely encourage you to go back and watch the replay if you're just now popping on, because this information is ridiculously mind-blowing. I mean, I have never, ever, ever known that this product or this fruit acted like this. In all my years of eating, I am 50 years old. In all my years of eating tamarind, I never knew. Never. I will. I sure will. I mean, actually, you can get it from Walmart. You can get it from H-E-B. You can even get it from the gas stations. And the cup is not going to be at school anymore because they probably threw it out already. I was going to say I'll go take a picture of it once I get to school tomorrow. But by the time, they take the trash out like twice while we're there. And they'll probably take it out again before they leave. Who knows? But if it's still there, I will take a picture and I'll send it to you so you know what it is. And if I get my hands on some, I just stopped at a gas station tonight on my way home, going through all these all these feelings, not realizing what was coming. But anyway, well, you got to watch the replay. But it's good, girl. It's good information. So if you. A lot of us are trying to do stuff. I'm just going to stop there. And I'm going to let you watch the replay. And I'm going to go eat some dinner. and catch up on my show. So guys, I'll see you later. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you share this out. I'm telling you, people need to know. All right, God bless. Mwah. Take care. Remember to know your worth, feel your worth, and embrace your worth because you are worth it. I love you, and Naja out. Good night.